Hey guys, welcome back to the Your House Fitness YouTube channel. Today we're going to go over the hip hinge. The hip hinge is a movement we do for our lives. It's essentially picking stuff off the floor. The reason it's really important to have a good hip hinge, it can protect you while you're exercising, but more importantly for day-to-day life. A lot of times in the workplace or just by mistake, you go over to pick something up, tie your shoes, and then you pop your back or whatever it may be. So having a strong hip hinge and a good hip hinge together is going to keep you safe when you're exercising, whether you're deadlifting, squatting, lunging, whatever it may be, or just tying your shoes. It can be that simple. The hip hinge is very simple in the way you do it, but there's a lot of mistakes that can occur. How we do a hip hinge is going to find a hip crease. A lot of the movement is all going to occur right in the crease of our hips, right here, okay, in our hip joint. A big mistake is a lot of people do it with their back, where they round over from the back trying to pick up what they get off the floor, and there's very minimal movement here. I'm gonna first find this hip crease. You can do some high knees, or you can just sit into it, and you can find, okay, this is where my hips articulate. This is where I'm gonna move from. All you're gonna do from there is have a soft bend in your knees, move from the hips, and I'm gonna push my butt behind me. So I find my hip crease, got my soft bend in the knees, I'm gonna keep my back neutral, and just push my butt behind me and make sure all the movement's here, okay? At no point should I be hyperextending or going to flexion with my spine. I'm just gonna keep it neutral. You could brace softly with it or as hard as you need to keep this neutral, okay? And we're just gonna hinge from the hips right about here. I'm gonna go down until I feel that stretch. About here's when I feel that nice stretch there. I can wait a bit, and I'm gonna just extend my hips, which is just a hip thrust forward to get myself back up. This is a really good warm-up tool. I like to use it before I deadlift, before I squat. It's gonna get not only my hamstrings and glutes loosened up, my abductors also, I can also use it to pre-activate my hamstrings and glutes. Here I'm stretching and lengthening. On the way up, I'm gonna squeeze my glutes, squeeze my hamstrings, and just try to get a really good contraction top. And I'm gonna flex my glutes top also, and that's gonna pre-activate my muscles simultaneously as I warm up. If you're someone who's not comfortable lifting weights just yet, or you're very new, you can just simply do a hip hinge itself as an exercise, okay? If you're very new, your own body weight will be enough to stimulate some muscle growth, but eventually you can progress into either a good morning with a barbell on your back, as so, or a deadlift, whatever it may be. The hip hinge itself is gonna be a movement you should learn, not just for the gym, but for everything else in life.